Hey, babe. Don't forget we gotta get ready in 2 hours for that event, okay?
I got so much to do. How am I ever gonna get this done?
Jay, so do we need to cancel? What are you wearing? It's game night.
Big J, we're back for our weekly check-ins.
Yeah, it's the weeks go by pretty quick. I just saw you the other day, though.
I know, I was just gonna say it's great. It was nice to see you in California again. People were happy.
That was a quick trip for me, Dave. 3 hours. It was actually a 3 hour drive out, but for the ride home, I told you I hit some traffic on the way back. But good to be back in. I wish it was L.A., but we're in the Inland Empire Mecca. The video is now live, and I'm sure Ryan is super stoked about his May 25th reopening, United reopening for all the Metroflex gyms across the country. Although some of them are probably open at this point, even though we're dealing with limited access. Did you see all the posts yesterday?
I saw the rules that I've seen here and there, a lot of the rules and guidelines that the state has issued for the gym. What do you think about that? Do you think it's gonna go over well, or what do you think?
I think people are following somewhat of a protocol, but I can tell you from experience, I went to eat at a restaurant for the first time since the lockdown on Sunday, and it was obviously the staff had masks, but not much different, to be honest. Like we heard about the gloves. I mean, the paper menus were in effect, but everything seemed pretty much. There were quite a few people that wanted to come eat, but they are limiting access to places. I've just heard different things. I've heard about signing up on a sheet or getting online and signing up to have a time slot. I've heard masks, which they cannot. There's no way, Dave, that they can incorporate mandatory masks, because if someone has asthma and they can't breathe, or you know what I'm saying, it's becomes a health hazard, right? I know it's people's option to go to the gym, and I think that's what we kind of said all along. And I haven't really chimed in on what I think as much, but listen, I think at this point, if people are willing to go out that are healthy, okay, that aren't at a risk, I think it's they should be able to do that at their risk. I think businesses should be allowed to be open. I understand to ease back in, they need to do that. But I think, we need to start seeing some sort of flow and positivity, because we can't have the economy shut down forever. I know a lot of people struggling with their businesses right now. Vegas is going to be one of the hardest hit regions, as you know, in the whole country, because we live off the tourism here.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see how it pans out. I see a lot of positivity in a lot of people's posts yesterday. I know a lot of my people hit me up that follow me and part of my club, and training people I'm doing a couple diets for. They're super stoked about being back in the gyms. I'm like, damn, I'm jealous.
No, Arizona's open. I'm actually be making a trip to Arizona, not this coming week, but the week after. So I've actually reached out to Dennis James to see if we could get him on the channel, and he actually said yes. So we may actually have some news from Dennis in a week or so.
That's great. Arizona was a hotbed for a while. I mean, JJ Marsh is there.
Troy Alves.
Yeah, Troy Alves. I know Abbas lived there for quite some time, and man, there's just Dennis is kind of ruling it out there. He has a big show, and I'm sure he's having a hard time sitting idle, because he's pretty busy yearly, also traveling around. overseas. So it's just an awkward time, but let's be excited about, anything that's moving forward. So hopefully everyone stays safe, right?
Yeah, it's time, So we have one more Garage Series body part that I have to put up, and I got to put it out fast with you because I think it's going to be obsolete after that. So
what do you know what body part it was?
I think arms. Yes, arms. That's the last one we filmed.
My worst favorite day of the week.
I know, your worst body part.
A lot of people hit me up and like, where's your leg training one from the garage?
I know. We never filmed it. That's the only one we filmed.
Remember, we talked about doing it.
Yeah.
We never did it. So
yeah, it's
very limited. And I know someone asked me yesterday, hey, what are some of the exercises? I mentioned lunges and squats and you could do lying leg curls and stiff-legged deadlifts. You put a dumbbell between the feet or use some bands.
That's hard. That's tough. Yeah.
So, but it's one of those things where it's like, I don't have a leg extension. I don't have a leg curl.
Yeah.
People ask me, hey, if you wanted to build a home gym, what would you? I said, man, you kind of need a leg press or, a Smith machine or something.
Yeah.
At least with a Smith machine, you can do, inverted leg press even, right?
Yeah.
But I would definitely have a Smith machine and a leg press and probably a leg extension, like one of those ones that's universal.
You can do both.
Yes. Leg curl, yeah. Or
Kathy
a leg curl at least.
Yeah.
So definitely ideas for when I know a lot of people aren't going to leave their homes after this.
Yeah. Eric wants to open his own gym at his house too. My training partner, he talked about it. He wants to get a bigger place and just start and just have it. If the gyms are open, great. But at least you have it just in case. I don't think it's a bad idea.
Yeah, for sure.
What did you think about that Garage Series with that quarantine crib with Tito? That was your idea.
Amazing. I'm a huge fan of Tito. And Tito, you remember, he's from Mass, right? He's a Mass boy. He's Jose's brother. And, those guys were legends where I grew up. Okay. I don't think people realize, like, the history of their competitive, their bodybuilding. And then, it's kind of funny because I watched the series and he mentioned, like, he didn't really want to talk about CrossFit too much because he was such a bodybuilder, right? But he did switch to CrossFit to try to qualify for like the CrossFit Games at the main for the main competition season, and he had the hip replacement. And I just saw him deadlifting like 275 the other day, and I commented on his Instagram picture. But Amy was my crush, bro. Like Amy was she's the first girl I shot with. When they told me I was going to shoot a cover with her when I was 22. I think I was like, and I was with Carrie at the time. So, like, even she was excited for me. Like, oh, my gosh, Amy Fadley, And it's just so funny that they ended up together and just such solid people. And he's always positive. And I'm just jealous of his tan, Dave. That guy is he's just got the nice tan. I know people commented, they're like, man, this guy looks unbelievable for 50. I don't know. What is he, 50?
50, I think. He's 50. He looks so young. He looks so young. Yeah.
It's those Puerto Rican genes, man.
He's got such a good attitude and both great souls, those people. And they were so, because I told them, I said, you saw their story on Instagram and you said, hey, go see Tito and Amy. And they were so happy that we went over there. And it turned out great. I had no clue what he was going to do. And I just started filming and let the whole thing roll because I didn't have to do anything else. He just did the whole thing. And it turned out to be a great video. People really liked it.
Yeah, I was sad yesterday, Dave, because I actually looked at when Tito posted up a picture of Shad, and now, he's missing. You hear the story. I mean, it's all over the news right now. It's kind of awkward because a lot of people were like, oh my gosh, he was the guy on the news. I didn't know it hit like California news, and they said someone's missing. It's so sad. He was always so cordial to everyone, and I know people are assuming like he's passed now.
Yeah.
But they haven't found the body, and as you know, we lost a friend a few years ago.
Your hairdresser.
Lake Mead, yeah, and they didn't find his body for a month, which is it's so sad. But for him, he sacrificed. Hey, save my child, and from the sounds of it, it's not looking so good. So it's really sad for the Gold's Gym community, his family, all the fans. Like he had a lot of fans. Like he used to come in your store a lot before, didn't he?
Everyone liked him. It's rare when you can actually meet someone that no one has anything bad to say about. That was Shad. Everyone loved him.
Yeah.
Always in a good mood. Good guy. Damn.
It's just been a weird time. I mean, we had
Ugh.
we had all these deaths, and now, of course, John Meadows, right? I mean, John Meadows suffers a heart attack. There was a huge scare with that. I did speak to John 2 days ago. He is feeling much better. I know he put out the video. We did something as a kind of a collaboration. Fuad and I put something on his channel, and I got to train with him, a few months ago, last year, and our theories are very much the same. He's such a great man. Like he's just got a lot of knowledge, and thank goodness he's okay. And just a crazy, like we're getting hit in this community hard right now.
Yeah, John's another one of those very positive people, always willing to give his advice, to anyone who's listening. He's got a great YouTube channel. He came on our channel a couple of times. So yeah, I'm so glad that he's okay, because he's only 48 and he's got some small children as well. So thank God, right?
Yeah, they said there was some issues from, I guess he had some stomach stuff in the past, and
yes,
clotting, and
yeah,
and but it sounds like he's doing much better, which is great.
That's great. So what are you thinking about this Olympia being rescheduled to December? You think
Okay,
that's good?
so when we did our topic, we actually didn't know like what was really happening, and I think we launched it. They made the announcement early Monday. I think we launched the video shortly after, and we didn't know the confirmation of where it was taking place. We didn't know we didn't know it moved, so that was kind of a surprise to us. And people in the circles, like, they think Jay Cutler knows all, right? But I didn't actually know that it was 100% moving, and I wasn't sure exactly of the date because there was a lot of misconceptions. It made sense when we talked about the USA being moved to Los Angeles, and you are correct, by the way. I did follow up. They are going to have it with the Masters USA.
Right.
So I think that was a reason also, but they didn't want to have two events back to back in Vegas. So the week prior is the Mr. USA and the Masters in LA on the weekend of the 10th, I believe. And then the following weekend is going to be Mr. Olympia. The big question is, that was not announced, is where is the Expo? And is the Expo even going to take place? We know the arena, I hate to say arena, but basically the theater that it is in, and I went to the Miss USA pageant there.
Okay.
And it was amazing. They aren't lying when they say that theater is absolutely incredible. It doesn't seat as many people as people would expect the Olympia to carry. But it's going to be one of those things. I mean, this is kind of an awkward year. We don't know what the turnout's going to be.
Right.
How many people are going to come to Vegas? The room rates are really, really reasonable for a lot of people. Under $100, I think, for rooms there, which I think works to advantage. But the big question is there going to be an Expo? Where's it going to be? And what is it going to be limited to? We've already heard, you probably don't follow as much as me, but a lot of the sports, they're allowed to start playing, but they're not going to have fans.
Right.
So where does that put us in December? It's still a question mark if fans are going to be allowed or not. I would be shocked if the Expo's even close to what it has been in the past, but we'll have to see what takes place.
Well, that's good in a sense. I think that it's going to give the guys more time to qualify, because we weren't sure how that was going to work out, and obviously that's why Dan wasn't too worried about the qualification, because probably in his head he already knew, okay, most likely we'll move it to December. So, but I gotta say, I've just heard from Shawn Rhoden yesterday, actually, and we're gonna actually have him on the channel very, very soon for an exclusive interview, I think this coming weekend. And he's gearing up for the Olympia. I mean, in his head, it's like he's doing the show and he's going to take back his title. There's no question. So I don't know much about his legal affair, everything that's going on, but he's gearing up for that show and he wants a title back seriously. So aside from him, I don't really know what's going on with the other guys, because it's been so, up in the air right now. But what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, listen, this Greene thing is just crazy right now.
Oh, yes.
that was one of the things we wanted to talk about because, you know, he's been kind of when it was announced, he was right there commenting. Do I think he'll compete? I do not think he'll compete. But I don't understand. You know what? I have a big question mark when all these guys, when I mentioned in an interview before, I knew I had to start preparing in January to compete in September every year. You have to mentally prepare as your year goes, and your off season needs to be kind of predictable. You can't just decide if the show is in September to decide in June, hey, I think I'm going to do the Mr. Olympia. You kind of have to have in your mindset. So I just don't understand why these guys are afraid to announce I'm doing the show. It's like with the year I came back in 2013, and I argued with Shawn Ray online. He questioned the fact. He says Jay Cutler's going to pull out last minute, and we got to this huge debate. And I said, I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm preparing. Why do the fans have to sit in suspense and wait? I 100% agree with what Dan Solomon says. I know Nick Strength and Power is having some issues with Kai. They're kind of going back and forth right now. And I don't think he kind of worded it correctly. He said that Kai was kind of like, just kind of trolling the thing, which I don't necessarily agree with that. He's getting fans anticipating something, but if he doesn't do it, it's going to really disappoint a lot of people. So, maybe he's planning on doing it, but I would love to see all these guys battle. I'd love to see, Kai Greene, Phil Heath, Shawn Rhoden, Brandon Curry, Dexter Jackson. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Can you imagine all those Mr. Olympias doing battle? I mean, it was a huge year when myself, Dexter, Phil Heath was on the stage.
Yeah.
Like in 13,
Yeah. Sean, Kai, we're all there. That picture you have behind you, that's all. Yeah, right there.
It's sitting right here. You can kind of see the edge of it in this.
Yeah.
It was a huge, but Shawn, remember, wasn't Mr. Olympia yet. So this could be the most Mr. Olympias on stage ever. It definitely would be the year for this is the year for the fans. Let's be honest. I mean, the fans have to have something to look forward to, excited, talk about. Once this thing gets back in full swing, you know how it's going to go. But I mean, listen, Curry's still the man. Like Curry is still the man. But you have a hell of an attitude coming from Shawn Rhoden. Phil Heath is redemption crazy, right? He wants to do it. And then Kai Greene, like, he feels he got slighted this title a bunch of times. So that would make a huge, huge story. Let's see how it kind of rolls out. We're not in the time where they start preparing just yet. I can't wait to see it, like, Gold's Gym to open and Dexter be back in LA. I mean, he brings a lot of aura to the mecca of bodybuilding, and hopefully it gets open by the time preparation starts.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are looking July, August from the sounds of it, and hopefully, we'll continue with it. But, I'll be there. And I'll be there cheering everyone on, and I'm just looking forward to seeing what rolls out. I mean, I don't know who to root for.
You're kind of stuck.
Nah, I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, we kind of had Shawn on here, and he kind of went against the grain and did something vocally he never really did before. And there's a part of me that's like cheering him on, but then I want to see Curry get a second one.
Yeah.
Right. I kind of want to see Phil Heath get number 8 because it's elusive, right? Tie with Ronnie and Lee. And, and then I'd love to see Dexter, man. I'd love to see Dexter, like, defy all odds and come back. So I guess, I have a heart for all these guys, and it definitely makes it exciting. It's definitely like a fan's choice contest that, hopefully they all get there. That's the main thing is like, I mean, all those Olympia guys, they're already qualified for life. So every single one of those, but who are they going to compete against? Can Sergio break the top 6? Can Steve Kukalo break the top 6? Where's Cedric going to land if he's in it? If he qualifies, where's Big Ramy going to land? William Bonnick's knocking at the door, right?
Ramy's not qualified though yet. That's right. He's not. That's right.
No, he's not qualified. So there's a lot of unanswered questions. I can't imagine like guys getting back into the groove. I mean, that's something else that I want to talk about because now that people are back in the gyms, how do you get back into the gym and start working? Like, do you pick up where you left off? Absolutely not. That was 8 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So you kind of got to ease your way back in. And I was just suggestive of training at least 3 days a week. And truthfully, that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I've actually backed down to train about 3 total days with weights. I still do my cardio on a daily basis, and I follow a great diet regimen. But I think you have to ease your way back in. I'm actually writing an ebook. It should be, the artwork is finishing this week on, a shred plan, because I know so many people that put on weight. Our buddy Gustavo hit me yesterday. From the car wash. No, from the car wash.
Oh, yes. Okay.
And he told me, Jay, I put on 30 pounds. So I sent him an ebook. I sent him an ebook to, to get back on track and try to help him out a little bit. He's such a nice guy.
He's great.
So I know a lot of people are asking for answers right now, and they're not really sure where to start. So I think it's get on that routine, but pick 3 days a week to start training, ease your way back in.
Yeah, I think that's good advice. Speaking of the Olympia, I wanted to also mention that I just saw, and I just heard from Robin Chang a couple of days ago, that they actually have moved the Athleticon, which was supposed to be the first one, October 2020 to October 2021. So they're going to skip this year, but it's still on. They just decided to move it to the following year. So that's going to be a disappointment, because I know a lot of people were looking forward to go to that. But obviously with the times, I think that's the right choice, right? The right thing to do.
Yeah, I wasn't so sure about that anyway. I just got the call yesterday because I was booked in Prague. Prague canceled also.
Oh.
Prague will not take place in 2020, which is disappointing, because I was looking forward to going over to Prague, and I had a little mini tour set up over there. FIBO now has no fans. FIBO is now just a vendor thing, so I don't think I'll be going there. And I mean, we're pretty much 2020 is dead at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, Olympia is the only thing people are really looking for, and then our qualifying shows prior. Tampa Pro is what I know, and New York Pro, all those shows are still ongoing. But let's see how it all pans out. But the Athleticon, I mean, like I said, I didn't really necessarily plan on going to that event. And it being a new event, I wasn't sure what the outcome would actually be. I know some guys were signed up and looking forward to it, others maybe not. But I think it was a smart move to push it till October next year.
Yeah, I think so too. You told me off camera your dad's birthday is coming up.
May 26th, he's going to be 91 years old.
Wow. So right after Memorial Day, the day after.
Yeah. What's that? Tuesday, right?
Tuesday. Wow.
I wish I could go see him. I wish I could see him this weekend, which I probably could, but
you can travel, right?
I think I'm going to go in June. I just don't want to risk anything with going and seeing him.
Oh, yeah.
We've kind of kept him secluded a little bit from everyone. Like, we've kind of quarantined him, and within the family, he's at my brother's. But I was told the other day, my brother's kid's daughter, so I guess I would be the great uncle for that child. It was her 10th birthday, so they had like one of those drive-by birthday things they're doing. They had the tractor and the hay wagon, and my dad was sticking the squirt gun out and shooting everyone with a squirt gun. So Robert's still at his old tricks. He's still up to his old tricks, doing his thing.
Have you been talking to him?
Yeah, we talk every week, and of course I stay in touch with my mom too, and my brothers are really
during this whole thing. How's his attitude?
Yeah, he doesn't really understand as much. He doesn't get to go out, so he's a little confused.
Yeah.
My brothers are really busy doing the concrete work right now.
Okay.
Doing home, they're building houses still. I mean, the housing economy is still pretty strong there, so they're out there doing that. And my dad still talks like he's going to start haying soon. It snowed there a week ago, Dave. I mean, they had snow.
I know. I saw that. Same thing in Canada. Kathy showed me a picture of her parents' backyard. It was like 5 inches of snow.
Where is she from?
She's from Canada, Montreal.
Okay, Montreal.
That east side, yeah. I couldn't believe it. In Mid-May. Jeez.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever done that when I grew up there. So
that's crazy.
Crazy times out there.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm glad you got to come back to California. It must have been nice for you to take a little road trip, even though you got some traffic. And when you told me you had traffic on the way back, I was like, yes. That means people are going out.
I think it was around the interchange of the 10 and the 15. But we're a little disappointed this weekend. I would be in California for sure. I would be there for Memorial Weekend, I think, because I don't think I had anything booked, but I did plan on coming out for the Cal, which is normally.
We had talked about that, yeah.
And normally I would have trained at the Mecca, whatever else, but we're just kind of waiting until everything kind of rides out at this point.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to hang tight in Vegas and just continue to work on all my projects here. Business is going super. A lot of new products getting still launched out, so I'm still behind the scenes with that, working on, a couple clothing items and busy.
Yeah. What are you? Yesterday you were asking me to send you the picture of the full-time bodybuilding shirt for some reason. So I don't know what that means, you guys, but hopefully good news for people.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to decide on the salt, like what the branded logo was going to be.
Yeah.
So I know we've had a lot of we've kind of described the full-time bodybuilder shirt. If it's the FTTB, right?
Yeah.
To FTBB.
Yeah.
But I don't know what I'm trying to decide on yet. I'm gonna definitely figure out what the solid logo will be, and then we'll have something that's pretty exclusive for the fans of the YouTube channel and JTV too. I mean, JTV's growing. We're about to hit 400K.
400 soon.
I don't know if we talked about our 400,000 subscriber winner giveaway type thing. We got to been solid. That's all.
Yeah. Well, it's exciting, man. I'm glad I got to see you last week in California. It was nice, and then I hope you come back again. I think it'll be good. I know we have a couple more places that maybe people would like to have you to showcase their quarantine crib.
We have 2 California locations we can't disclose yet.
Yeah.
But we have them on the list because I don't think these quarantine cribs are going away much.
People love them, man. I think until the country finally reopens 100%, I think we're gonna keep doing them because people are really inspired.
Well, I think California is way behind everyone else, so I think you guys are gonna go quarantine for a while. So let's stay positive. Make sure you guys comment below. Let us know how the training's going. I mean, definitely comment for you people that did have the gyms open. That's the main topic of our discussion today. Everyone's back in the gym, and let's keep doing the positive thing. And for more JTV, make sure you guys tune in the rest of the week. We have a lot of cool stuff launching out. So subscribe to the channel.
All right. Thanks, Big J.
Thanks, bro.